Have you heard about that buying contract that wouldn't go through until they put a contingency on the coronavirus because the seller was in China? So this is how the real estate market is changing in response to the outbreak of coronavirus. On top of that, suppliers are going to be hit hard because a lot of things that we take for granted are made in China. And obviously that's where the outbreak started and it has the biggest effect. So China is going to be hit hard. So home developers that are already struggling to put out new homes in a lot of markets are going to be more hard pressed to do so, given that they can't get the things that they need. Another huge factor is the stock market has literally just tanked. It's like the Red Wedding in Game of Thrones. It's just gone and it's all red. And if you were having your down payment in the stock market to grow and now all of a sudden it's been cut by almost 20% and who knows where it's going to go after this, then you might not have a down payment anymore. So this is a huge effect because even if it's not you, it's affected millions of Americans not having their down payment, or at least not as much of a down payment as they had expected previously. On top of that, there's going to be tons of volatility coming up in the stock market. It's just going to be like a roller coaster. So buckle up. Now with that volatility, we don't know if it's going to be a short-term thing and once the coronavirus is contained, it'll come back, or if this is going to be bringing us into a bear territory. Most pundits suspect or predict that it's going to be a short-term drop and then afterwards everything's going to go back to normal. I'm not so sure. So keep your eyes open and invest wisely. Now, if you're buying, it's not all bad news because mortgage rates have dropped again. And I know this is just mind-boggling because we've already been at historic lows for so long. I've talked to mortgage lenders that have said, hey, lock in now because this is about as low as it gets. And then it just got lower. And now the Fed is even talking about doing another rate cut this year, where if this hadn't happened with the coronavirus, they would probably hold steady, maybe even increase. But now they're talking about sooner rather than later making another rate cut. So these mortgage rates are ridiculous. And even if you're not buying, if you refinance and lock this in, if you can get at least a 0.5% savings or more, I mean, that's going to be hundreds of dollars a month. Now, keep in mind, you're resetting your time frame, but still, I mean, the potential savings are enormous. Now, one other thing to take note of that you wouldn't expect is the coronavirus had such a big effect in China, and especially the real estate market. They've gone to like 0 showings, even with a competitively priced home. And a lot of Chinese have been doing this for years now anyway, and they buy real estate in the United States to diversify in case if things go down in China or whatever. And I would expect that to jump up even more with this recent coronavirus, as while it is here in the United States, it's much less than what it is in China. So Chinese buyers would feel it's much safer to buy real estate here. So that could also drive prices up along with those lower mortgage rates. And a lot of the times Chinese buyers that come here are cash buyers. So that's going to be another wrinkle in the market that would probably push prices higher, counteracting the downward forces of the stock market and the general fear. So there's a lot of factors at play here in how coronavirus will affect the real estate market in the United States. This is my take on it. If you have any agreements or disagreements, please comment below. Let me know what you think is going to happen to the real estate market. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, share it out. This is John from Restless Riches and North Clybourn Group, and I wish you the best. Have a great day.